Hey y'all, welcome, and I'm Nikki, and we have something good for today. And yes, it's right in the nick of time. So let's get into it. So here it is. I have a package of pecans. So yes, you got your time where you want a little something a little bit nutty, a little bit good, a little texture to something. So we're just gonna go ahead and put this in a sandwich bag, in a Ziploc bag, and we're just going to go ahead and pound these out. So of course, in this bag, I'm just taking the meat tenderizer and I'm just pounding out these pecans, just some crumb it up just a little bit. Of course, you can do it as fine as you want to, or you can have a little bit bigger pieces of pecans throughout your cornbread. Oh, I didn't tell you what we're doing brown butter pecan cornbread. Oh, yes, this is what we're doing today. So we're just going to do this, and we're just going to go ahead and turn it over and make sure that that is exactly what we're going to. And this is fine with me. So we're just going to go ahead, make sure that's what we want, and set this aside. So in this bowl, I've got a cup of flour, and what you see me adding there is a quarter cup of sugar. I'm also going to be adding some cornmeal. Now that's a fine ground cornmeal. That's what I had on hand, and that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm also going to be adding 2 tablespoons of baking powder to this mixture, because we got to have the thing rising the way we want to. That's a cup and a half of that good old velvety goodness of buttermilk. So there's 1 egg, and then we're going to go ahead and just add the other egg, and oh yeah, we're just going to make sure that this is all good. So there goes the other egg, and watch that pinky finger now. So we're just going to go ahead, get the whisk, and get this stuff combined. And when I say combined, we want to make sure that everything is thoroughly incorporated and have everything just meld together. And so we're just going to mix this until we get it to where we want it to. I know you're thinking, oh girl, that just looks so dry. Believe me, it's not going to be dry at the end of this. It's going to be moist. It's going to be all that good stuff. So there goes my other half a cup of buttermilk that I just added to this. And when I tell you that that's going to help it along to be a little bit more moist, that's what it is. Now listen, you don't have to use buttermilk. You can use your coconut milk, almond milk, regular milk. It's completely up to you. Your cornbread, your way. I like it with a little bit of buttermilk, 2 cups to be exact. And then we're just going to make sure that this comes together and smooth everything on out. Now look at that. I'm just turning it to make sure that I got all the dry ingredients incorporated, and then we're going to go on and do something else. Set this aside just along with the pecans. So in my saucepan, I have a stick of butter. Now, usually I do this with a stick and a half to 2, but today I just wanted to, I want to make sure these curves don't become roundabouts. So I'm just using 1 stick of butter, and we're going to melt this. Now, you may say, well, love, it don't take long to melt butter. No, it doesn't. But what we want to do, we have to babysit this butter, because baby butter will burn on you real quick. And that is the color we're looking for. That nice brown nutty goodness in that butter. So in my bowl with the cornbread batter, I've already added the butter and almost lost the bag with the pecans in there too. So there goes the pecans. That's about a cup and a half. You can add a little bit more or a little less if you want to. And we're just going to gently fold that in, making sure everything is done. And I usually turn the bowl just out of habit and to help me along the way in terms of getting everything from the bottom to the top. Okay? Oh yeah. So we're going to make sure that all of this stuff, the pecans, is in the cornbread properly, as well as that good old brown butter. And look at the sheen on that. You can't buy that. That's all homemade. And guess what? When you try this recipe, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So we're just going to make sure we turn this and combine it, and everything is good, looking good, tasting good, and all that good stuff. Oh yeah. So when you do this, I should also tell you too that to all that sugar, you just want to add just a little pinch of salt for all of that stuff. And then yeah, we're just going to make sure and that is exactly where I want it to be. So I already have my greased pan right here, and we're just going to add this batter to this, put this in a preheated oven at $3.75. And of course, you gotta watch it because everybody's stove is different, and you just want it to bake for about 25 to 30 minutes or until golden brown, or until whatever you test in the middle with your fork or your knife comes out clean. And there it is. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bon appetit.